What is going on, you guys? I'm coming to you from LA, going to the Vikings game tonight as they take on the LA Chargers. My boy's back there chilling. But we got to talk about this NBA FBI crackdown situation. Obviously, big news coming out today as everybody woke up and found out that Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, Damon Jones, and 30 other people are being pretty much brought in by the authorities for conspiracies of gambling, essentially that they've been gambling and throwing games. In Terry Rozier's case, Damon Jones leaking information about LeBron not playing in some games earlier before it was public knowledge. So people got able to get a jump on the sports books and get their bets in and to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, as FBI Director Kash Patel said, tens of millions of dollars. So who knows, obviously, what the actual outcomes are. And then with Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, which is a team that I actually thought would be a lot better this year. And now I'm not sure what happens there. But with him, apparently, he was running some cheating, gambling, poker games at home. Look, I've never played poker. I don't even know how to play poker. But I'm some technology that could read what the cards were, and essentially it's cheating. And the way I see it, like, it's pretty bad. But at the same time, I think this is actually long term and big picture wise. Like, yes, today is a dark day for the NBA, but I also think it's a great day if you look at the wide lens of things, because nobody wants this. Nobody wants sports betting and guys throwing games and faking injuries and doing all this. And I think this is good because this should scare players and athletes in any sport not to be doing this and to be staying away from this kind of activity. Chauncey Billups, to me, might be the biggest case here because of the ramifications and how, he was like purposely doing what seems like these big poker tournaments at homes and stuff to cheat people and technology, and it's super complicated. But in terms of the NBA, I think it's the one that probably least affects it because it's poker and it's kind of separate. It's still gambling, obviously, but it's not him from what it is now. Obviously, there's more information that I'm sure will come out, but it seems like it's not like he was throwing games. And whereas Damon Jones and Terry Rozier are directly affecting things, and if people want to be like whatever they were betting, like that's stealing. Like, people were, placing bets, on their hard-earned money to bet, even if it was $10, to bet the over on Terry Rozier points for whatever game. And he's over there faking an injury because prior to the game, he told his people that he was going to fake an injury. So they, bet the under on all his numbers and cashed out at the end of the night. That's just stealing. You're stealing from the sports books, and you're stealing from people who had a chance, if you were, being real and had integrity, to win a bet that they placed. And now they're going to lose it because you already pre-planned to essentially lose this bet. So, that's pretty bad. And the Damon Jones situation is the same thing because it's essentially insider trading. I mean, but even like I said, in a weird way, when the politicians do their insider trading, I think is bad, but I don't feel like they're necessarily cheating someone out of money. They're just making money off of a stock, let's say. I guess they're still cheating someone out of money if people do like puts and things like that with more complicated stocks. So it is in essentially cheating. But with basketball, like I said, if people are placing bets on an over and you knowingly are not going to deliver that, then you are, essentially cheating people out of their money. And so that's what I think is really, really bad. And like, same thing, the example that came out with Damon Jones is when, the Lakers were playing against the Bucks. They knew that LeBron wasn't going to play that night. He told his people, place a bet on the Bucks because LeBron won't be playing. Then when that became public knowledge later, obviously then the casino sports books can kind of then change the line and fix things to off of their estimation of what the game result will be. But he had that prior knowledge. His people placed a bet, knowing that. And yeah, there's still a chance the Lakers could have won or whatever, or covered. But at the same time, like, that is insider information. And it's just the integrity is kind of missing there. And so, like I said, obviously this is bad, but at the same time, I think it later we'll look back and be like, okay, that was in hindsight a good day for sports and for the integrity of the game. Because if there was any athlete out there right now thinking about doing this, after this, obviously, to me, everyone's, presumed innocent until proven guilty. If these guys are proven guilty and they go down and they get faced with jail time and they lose their basketball careers because of it, all those people, players, coaches that were potentially thinking about doing some fishy stuff like this are going to think twice about it and probably not do it. And so I hate to use the term you make an example of them, because that kind of I feel like comes off as let's punish them extra. And I don't mean it like that, but I do mean like, yes, this should be the example. Like they should get their fair punishment for what they deserve if they are guilty. But that fair punishment will be the example, because it should be a pretty steep price to pay if you were cheating out people and sports books and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars. So again, NBA, between the NBA and the NFL and, baseball World Series now, sports never sleeps. We woke up all today to this crazy news. And like I said, I'm in LA today going to the Vikings Chargers game. Don't know what to expect. I was hoping to see JJ McCarthy, but I'm going to be seeing Carson Wentz today. And I just hope the Vikings can get a win so they can hopefully be 4-3. And then we can get JJ McCarthy back and start seeing what the kid has moving forward. I will try to come up with another pod probably Saturday. I'll be back on Saturday. We'll do a picks for NFL Week 8. It's Week 8 already. That's crazy. So I'll see you guys on Saturday. We'll go through our picks for this week. If I had to make a pick for tonight's game, obviously I'm a Vikings fan. I want to say Vikings, but I think if Joe Alt plays, he's the offensive lineman for the Chargers, things get a little trickier. The Vikings pass rush hasn't really gotten home this year, and I don't know what to do. I'm scared with this pick. Chargers are favored by 3. I know next week already, when the Vikings play the Lions, I'm going to have to pick the Lions because they're just the best team in the NFC right now, I think. So for this week, let's say this will be the last week for a little while that I'm going to be picking the Vikings. Skol Vikes. Hopefully they can get it done. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys on Saturday.